moving like that, because if I keep moving like that and my husband finds out, you know what he's going to think when I get home, right? I'll do something freaky like that at home, like cook. My husband's always complaining that I don't cook. From the size of him, you would not believe it. That's all I want to say. But I'm into big guys. I got to tell you that I'm into big guys. I used to date a lot of big men. Any single women here in the audience? Just want to know. Good. Be proud to be single. Be proud to be single. And while you're single in this economy, I strongly suggest you date fat men. That's what I want to tell you. It's a bad economy, honey. Figure it out. If he eats, you'll eat. That's where I'm going with this. Dated a lot of fat guys. I'm so proud of it back then. I dated a lot of fat guys. One guy started complaining about my lovemaking. We were making love. He says, every time we make love, all you do is lie there. I said, buddy, I'm freaking pinned, all right? I can't freaking move. And I'm petrified you're gonna sweat on me. That's really what I was afraid of, because fat man sweat is different. It's not like a drop. It's like a gallon, right like that. Which is scary to black women anyway, because we're so afraid of water in our hair. Really, people don't know that, but the enemy for black women is water. We just don't want water hitting our hair. It's the enemy. One drop of water and my hair goes up like Jiffy Pop popcorn. That's what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it's such a problem to be involved in an interracial relationship, because what's the first thing a white guy wants to do to get his groove on? White guys are like, hey, what about me and you, gorgeous? Like jumping in the shower. I said, not today. Not unless you want to fuck a wet chia pet. I don't think so, White guys don't get that, though. They're always trying to run their fingers through your hair. And black women are always like, don't you touch my head. Don't touch my head. Don't put your hands in my head. Can't run your fingers through a black woman's hair. You don't know what's up in a black woman's hair. Black women full of surprises. That hair's been glued on, sewed on, macrame, crocheted. I'm just saying, you run your fingers through a black woman's head and you come out a crip. You're a gang member. You don't know how it happened. I've had several interesting experiences being a black woman, living with a non-black male, especially the smell of fire, okay? That's something that's pretty normal in a black household. When you smell fire, someone's getting their hair done. That's just what's going on. There's no question. You're not calling 911. My husband's screaming, something's burning! Something's burning! Like I'm doing my hair. Get out of here, I'm doing my hair. And it's so funny because now I'm married, and so I was going over just ever go over some old diaries, man? Like old diaries, you're like, I did what to whom? I did him? You look like De Niro. I did him, I did that. I dated all kinds of guys. I had a life before I was married. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But one of the worst kinds of guys to date is the jealous man. Anybody ever go with a jealous man? I mean, I had a jealous man, so jealous, okay? I was just listening to the radio and he looked at me sideways and said to me, who the hell are you thinking about? And you know when you have that stupid smile on your face? The kind that you get yourself in an abusive relationship, you don't even realize. You're like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, and you're thinking, did he just hit me? Like, did he just hit me? All kinds of crap was going on. And it was so funny because I'm in a relationship with this man, okay? I'm in a relationship with this man and he's stalking me. You can't stalk your girlfriend, all right? I am your girlfriend, okay? I said I love you. Why are you sitting in the bushes outside of my house? So he comes to my job to apologize to me, all right? I'm working in a mall somewhere in Jersey, and he comes to apologize. Always, that's what they do, these abusive guys. They always want to apologize. It wasn't their fault. You made them do it, this kind of thing. And he brings me flowers, which was nice. They were roses. I didn't see the thorns coming on the side, though. I meant to tell you that, right? And I'm standing next to a guy folding shirts, all right? And it just so happens to be some poor bastard folding shirts. That's it. And he says, what are you doing with him all day? I'm working in a mall and you're stalking me and you're my boyfriend. You brought me here to work. So I had to think about all these different men I've been with in my past, and I'm so glad I settled down with a nice, healthy man. That's what I want to tell you, because it's a lot. It's a lot when you're juggling. I used to hate Valentine's Day with a passion. Do you know what it's like to have 5 boyfriends on Valentine's Day? Some women are like, oh my God, I hate Valentine's Day. It's like so sad, such a lonely day. Really? Take the flowers hiding in my closets, all right? Take the flowers hidden in my cupboards. I had girlfriends holding flowers. I had so many different, and I'm not like a loose chick, but I like to go out to eat, you know what I'm saying? So. Craziness, and I gotta tell you, I started thinking about the things I've done. So what I did was on Facebook, which is notorious for really outing you, I decided I would ask my friends what were some of the funniest moments they had with me. Each one said, go to inbox. Okay, that's how you know you're in trouble when someone says, go to inbox, okay? I had met this one gentleman at a club. All I know is that, that was back in the day of like tequila where you could drink it like it was Red Bull, okay? I can't do that anymore. But anyway, I did. I used to. That's how my children were born. But anyway, I remember going home with this guy, and I remember having these orange pumps, and I was wearing this shirt with a lion with green emerald eyes, and I think it was Diana Ross was singing, swept away. Anyway, I wake up the next morning, what a gentleman. I pass out on this guy, and he takes me home to his place. What a gentleman. Doesn't touch me, nothing like that. That's a gentleman. Says to me the next morning, he says, would you like something to eat? And I said, yeah. And he's a black guy, and he's like, what would you like? Would you like cheese and eggs and grits? And I was like, yeah, I would, I was like, I'm down. Plus, I like to eat. You all know that, right? So I was like, this is so polite of him. And he went upstairs to, make me breakfast. And I said, oh, my God. I said, let me go up there and surprise him, right? So I put on my orange pumps and my shirt with my cat eyes, with the emerald eyes and everything. I said, let me surprise him. And I kicked open that kitchen door, and his whole family was sitting there for Sunday breakfast. I said, oh, my God. I said, oh, my God. But that wasn't the worst part. His father had been burned in a chemical accident, okay? So 98% of his body had been burned, but I wasn't just screaming at him. I was screaming at the entire table of black women sitting with hats on their heads. I was like, ah! I'm in their home, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I came from the basement. I came from their basement like a slug. And I'm screaming at them. So I'm hoping my kids don't go through the kind of dates I had, because that's what happens. You date all these kinds of guys, and the jealous boyfriends were crazy, and that was crazy. And then I go out with the same, then I have a girlfriend. You ever have your hanging partner? Like back in the day, I had a hanging partner. I'm not going to say her name because now she's very religious, and of course she never had anal sex. But we go on a trip, okay? We go on a trip. She's pregnant and doesn't want the guy that she's fooling around with to know, all right? This is how wild I used to be, okay? And she was fierce. She looked like a model, and she could hide it really well. Like, she looked just like this, and she was pregnant, okay? And, nobody knew. And we're hanging out, and so I got so bombed, because you can get really that drunk, okay? That you're like, oh, my God, this is that you're the only one talking to yourself. And you're like, oh, my God. And she says, listen, I don't want you to tell anybody I'm pregnant. I was like, I'm just going to tell you, but I said, but mosquitoes got me. And mosquitoes biting my legs. I said, please look at the mosquito bites. And I put my leg up on the sink in San Juan. I put my leg up on the sink, and the sink fell down. The sink fell down, and water came out of the wall. And she was pregnant, and so she started urinating all over herself, first of all, okay? Which when someone pees in front of you, you start to laugh, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of the inbox messages. Another time, I remember going out, and picking up guys is also very crazy. I used to hang out in the village, and so I met this guy. He's sexy. His name was Donato. I'll never forget. Donato LaForge. I hope he doesn't see this tape. I don't care if he does. He was hot, he was wearing a hat, you know what I mean? And I was with my friend Anna, who has this real Jersey accent. Makes me sound like a Californian, right? So here we are, I'm talking to Donato, he's very sexy, Italiano, that kind of a guy, whatever. So he goes to excuse himself, goes to the bathroom, right? He comes back, and I can't find him. I'm waiting for him. I did not know that Donato was bald, all right? All he had was hair on his face. That was it. Long hair on the side like an Orthodox Jew, all right? He had no hair on his head, and I didn't recognize him. And my girlfriend sits right next to him and goes, oh, my God, what happened to Donato? So back to Donato. I go back to his place, right? Because I'm drunk at this point. And I realize there's a horrible scent in the house, and I'm thinking dead mouse, okay? This is what I thought for a while until he stayed over at my house. It wasn't a dead mouse, it was his shoes, all right? His feet smelled so bad. How bad did they smell? My cat Heathcliff ran and peed in his sneaker, okay? That's how bad it was. And scratched behind it. You know how cats do? They scratch behind it. Because I did have a life before I did this incredible life of stand-up comedy. And I was always a hard worker. I started working at a very young age. I started working in a dry cleaners, and it's interesting. People always say to me, Sunda, you always have such great taste in clothes. Like, how'd you learn? You came from an urban town, you came from the inner city. How'd you learn how to dress like this? I learned because I worked in a dry cleaners, and I wore everybody's clothes. I couldn't pronounce them. I was like, this is a Channel shirt. A Louis Vuitton shirt. I'm wearing a Louis Vuitton. But I would always return them. You know what I'm saying? I would return them. But I always wore other people's clothes. And I thought it was fascinating that I would also find stuff. Like everybody here, you have no idea what you can find in the dry cleaners, okay? You find cocaine, you find hashish. And this is from the priest, all right? This is from the priest. And it was my most interesting days as a counter girl in a dry cleaners. And I was like sniffing all that stuff, that cleaning solution. And that's how I started. And then I decided I wanted to be a veterinarian. And that changed after a while because I've had my experiences, I gotta tell you. Being from New Jersey and being out here in California is very different. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a New Jersey transplant in Beverly Hills. I do not belong here. That's all I want to tell you, all right? And I'm going to tell you why. People from New Jersey are very different than people from anywhere else in the world. We're very special. We'll get you. We will find you. We will get you. We will get you. So I move out here, and I'm here with my comedy friend and partner, James Harris. He's from Long Island, nice little Jewish boy. You know, I'm thinking he's got my back, but he doesn't. How do I know? This girl pulls up, you know, I get ready to park my car, and this girl takes my parking spot, right? And I say to her, hey, you saw my light sign. I said, why'd you take my parking spot? And she looks like her name was Heather, because she was like, she looked like a Heather, right? So right away, I don't like her. My Jersey instinct says, let's get this bitch, right? So I gotta hold on, because I'm in LA and I might be discovered. I don't want to be discovered like that, you know? God forbid I end up on the cover of the paper. And I just was trying to be nice about it, but I said, you took my parking space and you saw that I had my blinkers on. Well, there's a parking lot around the corner. And her little friend was laughing. That's when I said to my friend James, I said, okay. I said, I'll take the space, but I didn't. I drove around the corner and I waited. And I said to James, get out of the car and stand on the corner. And he said, for what? I said, keep your eye out for the cops. And he was completely blown away. He's like, look at the cops for what? I said, I'm trying to key the car. From New Jersey, man, this is what we do. He runs away. My lookout runs away. I said, why would you run away? He goes, I don't want to be an accomplice. But that's okay, because the beauty of keying that car was just unbelievable, because all I could imagine him do is coming out laughing. So I was enjoying all those moments. And I knew I didn't fit out here. I remember first coming out here, I was trying to fit into a mommy and me class, okay? Let me tell you something. Jersey girls don't belong in a mommy and me class. We don't. We need to stay home and watch Jerry Springer, where we belong on television anyway. Because I had the strangest questions thrown at me. You know, it's just like, where are you from? I said, Jersey. No, but where are you from? I'm like, Patterson. No, where are you? My friend is trying to ask you a question. Where are you from? I'm like, you got an accent. I'm from the USA. That's what I know. All right? I don't know where you're from. They're so afraid for me to say black. They were so afraid for me to say black. And I said it like a cheerleader. I was like, black! That's what I am. I'm black. No, you're not. You're not. I am. Because people never know what you really are out here. They just don't know what you are, see? So I got that kind of look that you can't figure it out. And there's another black meat out in California people don't talk about. That's called the Persians. Oh yeah, they are the other black meat. You could tell, because those women don't want to get their hair wet either, okay? I can always tell in my building when it's a bad hair day. I said, I ain't going outside today. And now, like, I know I'm a true racist, because now I find myself saying things like some of my best friends are Persian. Like, I would never say something like that, ever. Because you really hate when you're black for white people to say, you know, my best friends are African American. I'm just like, well, good for you, because I'm not African American. I don't like Africans, all right? I am not African American. I'm not. I'll tell you that right now, I'm not. And let me tell you something else. Africans don't like us either, okay? They're always talking about queens and kings. We're talking about kings and queens. We're talking about counties in New York City, all right? That's what we're talking about. It's just crazy. Was that an earthquake? I'm just kidding. I couldn't tell if it was an earthquake or my husband snoring the other night, to tell you the truth. So I got thrown off my game a little bit because I was talking about people and talking about racism, because you never realize how racist people really are until you have children. Now, I have 2 kids. Neither one looks like me, okay? One's like blonde, the other one's an Asian baby. I don't know how I had an Asian baby. She's a beautiful Asian baby, but she is my Asian baby. But the first one looks more like my dad's size. She's got the blonde hair and the blue eyes. So I'm in the park in the beginning, you know, when you're a mom, you're so happy, you're walking around. And this is where the Beverly Hills racism hit me. Beverly Hills racism is totally different. That's a totally different world. Woman comes up to me and says, oh my God, she loves you. And I didn't catch on at first, because when you're a new mom, you know what I'm saying? You're still paying attention to the kids, you're not texting yet, okay? It's like a whole different game. And then she said, have you been with her for a long time? I said to myself, this bitch thinks I'm the nanny and I'm the mammy. Well, I have to tell you, it's a very lucky family that has you. Very lucky. So I said thank you, and I promptly began to breastfeed right there in the park. Watching white people go crazy. Wah! I am kosher soul. I'm going to tell you that. I am kosher soul. I have a kosher soul. That's right. You can have a kosher soul. You can have a kosher soul. I'm black and I'm Jewish, and then I got all this other action going on because my father's Swedish, my mother's black, so you know what that made me back east? Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? It works for me though, you know, because used to work, we have Puerto Rican Day parades. You guys don't know about that back east. They got these big Puerto Rican Day parades. Puerto Ricans be coming out. They're like, excuse me, muévete. I'll be right behind them. I'm like, excuse me, today my name is Maria Santiago de Velasco de Barranquilla, Bogotá, Puerto Rico. Whip! I'm living La Vida Loca like Ricky Martin, and we all know I love her. You can't hiss and boo me because I've got nothing against gay people. Somebody has to do my hair. Hey! And you know, my life with gay people started at such a young age. My mother God rest her soul, but her memory is so real because she was such a different woman. First of all, she brings home a Snow White man in the 60s when they're hosing black people down and trying to kill Martin Luther King, all right? That's number one, all right? That's not who you bring home to dinner, okay? She brings home my father, like a 6'4", blonde hair, blue-eyed sweet. She brings him home to Paterson, New Jersey, all right? So this is how my life begins. My mother's very different. She would wear these crazy fishnet stockings. And she would always have me in this gay world. So she would always spend her Saturdays at the wigwam. We have to go, honey, to the wigwam. So I have to get my wigs done. I have to get my chiffon done, honey. I get my hair done. I mean, my mother would act like a gay man. That's what she was acting like. She would have me sitting on phone books in Patterson, New Jersey, on like 5 phone books to get my hair done, and I'm witnessing men going through hormone replacement even then with beards growing, hair down their back. I'm like, Mommy, that lady has a beard. She'd say, mind your business. That's not your business. You mind your business. You understand me? Not your business. That was before the snap was out. My mother was snapping before they were snapping. Not your business, understood? Okay, mind your business, because you have to get that head done. That's right, you're gonna have to get that head done. I had so much hair, I looked like a banshee growing up. I mean, so much hair they used clothesline rope to separate it. That's how much hair I had. Now my hair is different because you got different things you use in it, but my mother would get mad when she had to do my hair, and she would call me all kinds of names. She'd be like, you half-white monkey, get in here. Who calls their kid a half-white monkey? Standing in mesh hose with a friggin' beehive wig on. Who does this? Such a nut job. She sends me to a Catholic school, right? And I gotta tell you something. We're talking about like Shamrock, Green, Irish Catholic, that kind of Catholic school. And I'll never forget, I got the starring role in a play, okay? I was playing the Virgin Mary. Yeah, I played the Virgin once. And I remember I was holding the baby Jesus, you know? And the song goes, the Virgin Mary had a baby boy, and they say that his name was Jesus. And the curtain's open, and I'm holding Jesus, and Jesus has one eye open. Don't ask me why, all right? All right? Don't ask me why. But for me, I mean, I'm laughing hysterically, okay? My girlfriend, Patty Gomez, starts laughing. Snot flies out of her nose. That makes me laugh even harder. And I noticed this figure coming up to me, and it looks like my mother, but it can't be because the mesh hose are now purple. And it is my mother. And this is after the show. She says, I've never been so goddamn embarrassed in all the days of my life with you laughing up there in front of all those people. And I'm looking at her, I go, Ma, you're wearing a green wig. She was wearing a green wig with pearls in it. She said, I just came from the wigwam. I know shit. I knew where she came from, all right? Because gay men can convince you that you look fabulous when you look like a piece of shit. Only a gay man can do that. I'm gonna tell you this. I came running in one day. I was like, BJ, look at my hair. It's all falling out on one side. It's so thin. It's horrible. Oh my God, BJ, what's gonna happen to me? My hair's not gonna... Okay, child, first of all, you need to know Jesus loves you. Thinking Jesus has a full head of hair. That's what I'm thinking. First of all, you blessed. You got the head for that style. Not everybody can wear that style. That's called the Brazilian fallout. You're making shit up. You're going bald. And I'm believing this. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to go back and I got to think about my family because I got a bat mitzvah coming up. And let me tell you something. Yeah, mazel tov, my ass. I better sell my ass to pay for this bat mitzvah. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because there's nothing worse than a black woman trying to do a bat mitzvah, okay? Because first of all, we got to deal with the Jewish side of the family who's not talking to each other, okay? This is how it goes. Jews start the whole invitation list about who not to invite, okay? I've never seen anything like this. Not inviting this one, you know we're not inviting this one, no, we're not inviting that one. This one's dead to me. I've never seen anything like it. So I mentioned before, my husband's Jewish, and I didn't convert because of my husband. I am a Jew. Ironically, I'm a Jew on my father's side, but did you know it doesn't count? Like Hitler would give a shit, right? My grandmother was a German Jew, but it doesn't count. Which is funny, because you know something? Sir, if you had a dog that had a parakeet, that had a chihuahua that was black, that would make you black. Did you know that? That's the one black rule. That's the one drop rule of being black. You're black. So I definitely, after 16 years of Catholic school, I converted to Judaism. That's right. I fucking did. I'm going to tell you that right now. Catholic school, they didn't molest me, but they beat the living shit out of me. I want to tell you that. Nobody could get you like a nun. Nobody. Let me tell you, these schools nowadays are talking about ADD, ADHD, NLP, all these diseases, mental... Yeah, you got a problem focusing? Bring in one Irish Catholic nun. You are focused. You understand me? You don't move. You don't move. I mean, I'm the only chocolate chip in this class, by the way. I'm surrounded by these white girls with really weird names like Eileen, Maureen, Colleen, Chlorine, Florine, Saline. There's no Sundas in the house with a black mother with a beehive and fishnets. And the only time you get to release in Mass when you're Catholic is what? When you're singing those songs to God, you know? And the white girls would get so excited. We're gonna sing. We're after the Stations of the Cross. We're gonna sing. Oh my God, we're gonna sing. Sons of God, here's holy word. Come on, Sunda, you sing. Come on, Sunda. I'm like, look, if you want God to notice you, you gotta be a diva, all right? I'm like, you don't have to be like Chaka Khan, but let God notice you. Sing like Cher if you want God to notice you. Sons of God, hear his holy word, gather around the table of the Lord. Woo. Eat his body, drink his blood, right? No coffee, no cake, says the Jews. Can you imagine? So crazy, though. It's so crazy when you come from this world, because I come from this crazy Catholic world, right? And I bring my husband to, like, Catholic funerals, and he freaks out. You know what I mean? He freaks out because people go up and look at the body. He goes, what are they looking at? One day I said to him, there's money in there, just to see if he would go up there. How stereotypical of me and racist to say that. Oh my God, my husband, my God, he's the funniest man that ever walked the earth. He has no idea. He has no idea. He brought such trauma to his family. He brings home a black woman, right? And they are just mortified. Like, he brought home Shaniqua with a missing tooth and braids, okay? You would think that I came here like, yo, what's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Yo, dog, hey, man, yo. You would have thought I wasn't educated. You would have thought that I came off the street. I mean, the way they looked at me, they all sounded like cats in heat. Why is he doing this to mommy? Oh my God! It's the craziest thing. I've lived the craziest life, and I said I was never going to do this again in my act, but at one point in life, you can't deny the fact that you were the comedian, the black comedian sued by her Jewish mother-in-law. That's who I was labeled as. My mother-in-law sued me. Only Jews do this shit. Who does this? My black family hasn't sued me. They ask me for money. They don't sue me. Who sues people like this? You don't like me using you in the act, then friggin' pick up the phone and call me. How about that? No, they sue me. And they serve me with papers in my building. And of course, being from the hood, I'm trained. When somebody official says, is Sunda Kronquist here? I said, she ain't home. Because I know what to do. I know how to avoid the bill collectors. This is madness. I mean, these people couldn't stand me from day one. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they were saying things to me that was so crazy, that would happen to me. I mean, they are lucky I didn't punch the shit out of them. That's what they're lucky. They sued me, they're lucky I didn't hit them. My second baby, one of my in-laws said, oh, let's take a look at Kunta Kinte. I was like, oh my God. And they sue me, okay? And they sue me. Who calls my kid Kunta Kinte, which is a cute name, you know? Later on, I thought about it. I said, what a nice name, Kunta. I should have named her Kunta. That would have really killed her on the spot. Just hate. I never heard people talk like this before. I remember being at a Passover Seder. I would never do this again. This is how you know you're really Jewish, when you're like, never again, all right? Really, never again. I go with this family. I go with my in-laws, okay? I have my first baby, and I'm pregnant with the second one, and my sister-in-law is all concerned because the first one, she keeps saying, oh, she's white. And I said, well, don't come out in the wash, might come out in the rinse. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So they were living on, like, fear anyway, like, you know? And I just kept saying, wow, feels like an afro. You know what I mean? I was just... anything. And I'm at the pool, and my brother-in-law is like, pass the Schwarzer oil. And I go, what? I go, why would you call it Schwarze oil? He says, it has no sunscreen. Ha, 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 ha. That's supposed to be funny? Oh my God. So anyway, I get sued, and I have to tell you something. This hits the newspapers, and I'm not ready for it. Why? Because I'm a black woman who needs her hair done, okay? That's what it is. They're calling me from like Entertainment Tonight. You got to go on the Today Show. I was like, I need a hair weave. Are you crazy? I got to get my hair done for this. And that's all I cared about was getting my hair done, okay? And then I became very popular, like overnight, one night only. You know when you have that 15 minutes of fame? It was 15 minutes of shame. That's what it was. It was 15 minutes of shame because my husband comes in with the New York Post that says, I've had it with you and my mother. And he throws the newspaper at me. And like most people argue with their mother-in-laws, but like to get sued like this is so embarrassing. And now, guess what? They sued me. Guess what? Nobody knew who they were, but guess what everybody knew afterwards? They knew that there was a Schwarze in the family. That's how. That's right. They should have shut up because they could have passed me off as Puerto Rican, but they couldn't anymore. And you don't need your life pouring out in front of you. I had too many things going on. I mean, that was embarrassing. I'm trying to get over that. And then never mind the fact I'm trying to get over like exes coming out of my life. I already told you a story about some of my exes, but let me tell you guys something. The worst thing that can happen to you when you have a past is when your mother dies. That's what I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing worse than being at the funeral home and saying to yourself, he did not come here to see me at the funeral home. And my husband saying, who is this one? And 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 I'm just like, we were just friends. You know what I mean? We were just friends. One day, my husband got so mad at this funeral, he said, you fucked a retard? Is that what you did? Is that what you did? He just told me he drove a school bus backwards. You did this? And I said, that's a very inappropriate word to use. That's not politically correct. You Jew bastard. We have a lot of stuff that goes on in the house because it is Jewish and black, and it really is crazy because our words mean different things to different people. For example, to black people, when you find out somebody got locked out, everybody gets together and does what? Tries to get money together to get everybody back in the house, right? So then a relative of mine got locked out, so I had to tell my husband, I was like, oh my God, I said, my cousin got locked out. And he says to me, why don't you call a locksmith? He said, Mark, locked out, need money, locked out, need money. And you can't take Jews anywhere because Jews can't whisper, all right? They can't whisper. Oh, hell no, they can't whisper. And see, I learned that when I met my mother-in-law for the first time. Because my husband decided to introduce me to her for Passover, bad move, all right? In the car, on the way to the Passover Seder, he leans over and he's like, look, we're not going to tell Mommy you're black. I said, that's brilliant, she'll never notice. She noticed, and that's when I noticed that Jews cannot whisper because I'm telling you, she looked at me and she said, oh, it's such a pleasure having you. Elliot, put my pocketbook away. I heard that. Then I met my sister-in-law for the first time. She doesn't even call me sister-in-law, she calls me the defendant, okay? That's how bad it is. Oh, this shit runs deep, okay? This shit runs deep. And she's trying to whisper. She's like, oh my God, look at her. She's got light eyes and light hair. What kind of a black person is she? What kind of a black person is she? I was like, a black person who can hear, that's who. I hear white people. I met the best friends for the first time, Edie and Mordecai. You guys know I'm not making this up because we have no Mordecais in the hood, right? But if we do, they're trying to collect rent. Mazel tov, good luck. Anyway, dig this. Edie is this big blonde Hungarian Jewish princess from Transylvania with green eyes, blue eyeshadow. Every time blinks her eyes, looks like a traffic light saying go, 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 go. Sweetheart, Ruthie says to me, you say you're black. You're such a beautiful girl. Why do you want to say these things about yourself? I am school teacher in Brooklyn for 23 years. Believe me, I know the black people. You are not black. So I said, thank you, and then I stole her wallet. Because that's what I'm supposed to do, right? That's what I'm supposed to do. I got enough drama, believe me when I tell you. Because trust me, when you're Swedish and black and you look like a Puerto Rican and your mother a Jehovah's Witness who loves country western music and sells Amway while cheating on Mary Kay, gives you a Hindu first name and sends your black and white ass to an Irish Catholic school, you convert to Judaism and you got drama. Hey! It is such a mixture of the worlds, you know what I'm saying? It is such a culture shock, and I have learned so much. I've got to tell you something. I've learned so much. Now, my husband's a lawyer, and he deals with Orthodox Jews all the time. What they do, they start ringing the phone off the chain on a Sunday morning. Growing up black, Sunday morning, you're supposed to be asleep, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Hi, can I speak to Mark, please? And oh, my God, don't let somebody die. You got to run and do this and this and this. So we had to go and sit, we had to make a Shiva call. So just to explain to the non-Jews, that's when somebody dies, you gotta go visit 7 days. You even know the people, you're there. You can't take the food home. How terribly insulting, I'm starving. So he brings me to a Shiva call, and this woman says to me, she goes, oh my God, I loved Esther's mother, I really did. I rushed right here. She says, I was rushing so fast, I forgot a comb for my wig. She says, do you have a comb for your wig? I'm not wearing a wig. Does this look like a wig? Does this look like a wig? Then I have to deal with people slipping, okay? For example, they're trying to be funny and they're like, oh, so what's your Hebrew name, Shvatza? Oh, well, I said, no, it's Shiksa. How's that? There's that for you, huh? Huh? I got something for you. My husband calls me Shvatza because he's cute. But anyway, I'm just here to tell you that it's such a different world, and I'm so happy to be who I am. I would never change to be anyone else, ever. Ever. I am the war of the worlds. I go against anybody. I don't care. I went out with everybody. I'm friends with everybody. And I've had all kinds of friends. One of my best friends is what? Puerto Rican and Russian. You go figure that out, all right? That's a whole different ball game. And now that I'm here in LA, they're trying to like put me in corners, you know what I'm saying? And put me into a box. And I'm not fitting in because I don't like the school too much where my kids go to school because I'm the only black mom, right? And so the principal's scared of black people. And you know when people are scared of black people. You know when they're afraid of you. You know when they're afraid of you just because of the color of your skin, okay? This woman's so afraid of me that she once had an armed guard escort me to the 2nd grade class to pick up my kid. Just because I kicked open her office door and said I wanted to have a word with her. That's all I did. She said, I'm very busy right now. I went, I want to talk to you. You, come on, I want to talk to you. And she's so afraid, and she can't control herself. And she's like, I just want to tell you, I'm so glad that you're black from vacation. I mean, I was going to say back. I mean, what am I saying? I mean, oh, because I had Negro surgery. I mean, knee surgery. I'm so sorry. What am I saying? Like, oh my God. I'm just like, calm down. It's okay. I'm black. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And then they call me, and this freaks me out, okay? Because when you're from Jersey and you get a phone call, that phone call better mean what about your kid? Your kid's packing heat. It's got to be something serious. That's all I'm saying. I get a phone call, and they tell me, oh, my God, today your daughter was caught doing cartwheels in the playground. I was like, Jersey mom, was she wearing underwear? Then I get that crazy phone call. This is the one that comes right in the middle of me watching reruns of Criminal Minds and smoking a joint, chilling out, right? I was kidding on that, people. I am a mother. I would never watch Criminal Minds. I get that phone call. She's like, oh my God, you're going to have to come to school. It's very serious. This time it's serious. You're going to have to come to school in person. It's serious. It's serious. And I get there, and I'm just like, so what was so serious today? I'll tell you what's serious. Today, your daughter said the F word in class. I said, fuck. My angel. Because I taught them everything. Then we had a headmaster there. He's gone. And they should call him headmaster for a reason, right? Let me tell you something. They called him a rabbi. He was married 4 times. In my world, that's called a Mormon. That's all I'm saying, all right? That's too many wives for a Jew, all right? He couldn't stand me. I come in for a meeting one day. They have a book on the desk called Black Rage. Remember Black Rage, how to handle Black Rage? How about half Black Rage? Because that's what I am. Deal with half Black Rage. Because when you're dealing with somebody who's half redneck and half black, you got some trouble coming your way. That's all I'm saying. So I got to deal with this school, and the mothers just say the craziest things. So this one mother says to me, "Your daughter's so beautiful, they're blonde, but the other one, she's black." I'm black. I said, "What did you say?" Because I thought I heard her wrong. No, the one daughter, she's so beautiful, the other one, she's black. I said, "You're black." I said, "I'm white." Can you imagine telling a Persian woman this? I just looked right at her. I was like, "I'm white, I'm white, I'm white." I said, "You don't have a drop of European blood in you. I'm white, you're black." No, my mother was blonde. I said, "Well, where'd you get that big black ass? That's what I want to know about. Where'd you get that big black ass?" Because you got to put people in their places. That's what you got to do. I'm tired of just sitting down taking this crap. I don't take it anymore. Somebody drove past me and went like this, and I said, "Yeah, that's right. That's what you got to do. You give me the finger, I give you the thumb. I'm ready to work with you. That's what I'm trying to do." Because now I'm getting older. I'm reminiscing about my old days back in Jersey having fun, right? Because I got some people here from Jersey over here on this side, by the way. I got to tell you, Jersey was a fun place. But I got to tell you one thing that I find is very common all over the world is that women and men are just distinctly different. They're just freaking different. They're just different. Even in sex, we're different, you know? You're enjoying one thing, we're enjoying another thing, all right? That's all I want to tell you. My husband's banging me, I'm redecorating the room. He has no idea. He's like, "Oh, baby, how's this?" I'm like, "I like it. Blue on the corner over there." Maybe a little molding. It's crazy though. Men do the craziest stuff, man. Guys are just so bizarre, you know? I just remember as a woman, we do things sometimes we don't want to do because we know we have to do it, so we're doing it. And I can't stand when a man talks to you when you're doing them that special favor. You know that favor, ladies? You know, when they're just like, you're like, "Here we go again." Like a rag doll. And I'm annoyed because you're pushing my head and my back hurts. You're pushing. What's the worst thing that can happen? They start talking to you, right? And I'm a lady. I was taught not to talk with my mouth full. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Come on, baby, tell me, when you do this for me, what are you thinking? Thinking I'm gonna puke all over your balls. That's what I'm thinking. What am I thinking? I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna gag. When I gag, I'm gonna fart. That's what I'm thinking. Guys don't realize that, man. Like, I'm friggin' down there, man. I smell the Irish Spring. Jesus Christ almighty. Yeah, I want to do this, right. And when we're getting it on the receiving end, you know why we're giving you directions? We have an itch. We're like, move to the left a little bit. That's it. That's good. But here's what it is. I think that men are also not always all there with us. They're faking it on us too, ladies. They're faking us. You could tell. You know, you ever make love to me? I want you to catch them from behind the next time. Be like really into it. Be like, "Oh God, this is so good. This is so good." And just check them out. Be like, they're in a porn movie, all right? They're not with you. They're not with you. They're like, the fuck is he doing? And it's really hard. Let me tell you something. My husband, God bless his soul, because he's not here tonight. Let me tell you something. The worst thing is to fuck a comedian. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay? It's because if we come out with a good joke, you're going to fucking lose your heart on. I'm going to tell you that right now. I could make you laugh so hard, you fucking lose your heart on. That's what happens. Fucking husband the other night was like, "I hate you, I hate you." I was like, "Good, now we could go to bed." Fucking comics, man, we'll fucking make you laugh. We can't help it. We can't help it. Because we're thinking of shit, all right? We're not even fucking there either, okay? And I got my fucking legs up. I'm like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh, that was good." I'm like, "It's a fucking cramp." I mean, like, that's what it is. It's a cramp, and I'm looking at shit. I'm like, he's got to cut his toenails. I got so many things going on in my mind. Writing fucking jokes, you know what I mean? Thinking, how am I do my housewife material? Because people keep saying, do housewife material. That's the worst fucking job in the world, all right? That's what I want to tell you. I'd rather work in an office any day. I don't want to work in a fucking house. I'm not a housewife. I can't stand it. Anybody here want to be a housewife? You like staying at home? You like fucking cooking and cleaning? Well, I don't, all right? I just don't. Because every time that I clean, my husband gets an erection. And I don't know why, all right? That's why when that thing happened with Schwarzenegger, I said, I know exactly what happened. That's the same shit that be happening to me with my husband. Maybe he's got like some kind of friggin' like choir, like chore woman thing going on, but as soon as he smells the pine saw, wanna come in the room for a minute? Like a fucking dirty old man. I'm like, no, I'm fucking washing the floor. I don't want to come in the room for a minute. But I go because I like diamonds. But here's... what I did for love. God, it's crazy too because he's such a hairy Jew, you know? He's such a hairy Jew. One day he thought I was gagging on him, but I wasn't. A chest hair flew down my throat. Couldn't help it. Sound like I'm from fucking Israel. Israelis, Jesus Christ, bang one of those motherfuckers and see what happens. You ever make love to an Israeli, you should do it just once in your life. They'll tell you things you've never heard before in your life. Do you hear me? In your life, you will hear things that you've never heard before. Honey, look at me. Look at me when you fuck me. Look at me. Look at me. Prutza, look at me in my eyes. Say what I want you to say. Shlomo is your papa. Say it. Say it. Honey, you are so hot. So hot. You know, it is so hot in here, but in my van, I have air conditioner. I sell you a special price. Fucking Jews, man, we're the best. Nobody does it like Jews are the most jealous fucking men in the world, by the way. All right? Don't even tell me about this friggin' machismo, the Latinos. No, Jews, the worst, the worst. You know why? Because they figure I paid for that. I paid for that. My husband's one jealous son of a bitch. He really is, and he complains about me, you know. And he says to me one time, you know, every time you go on stage at Laugh Factory, you shake your ass, everybody thinks you're so exciting. But, you know, sometimes you're boring in bed. I said, really? I said, do you want something different? He said, yeah. I said, you want it from behind? He said, yeah. I said, bend over. Because for once, I want to be the one that said, oops, it slipped. God, and trying to do it on that Tempur-Pedic mattress. Anybody see that fucking foam mattress shit? Memory foam? My fucking knees are in the bed. I feel like I'm fucking in snow. I can't get out the fucking bed. I'm trying to get out the bed and memory foam. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I don't want to remember this shit. I want a fucking bouncy mattress, man. Bounce back, yeah, bounce back. Fucking memory foam, who wants to remember that? That sucks. And it's funny because most people say I don't like to see women do comedy because, you know, I don't like to see women do crude humor. It's not crude, it's the friggin' truth. That's all it is, all right? Because men do the strangest things. You ever notice this when you're with men, how certain things happen, ladies? Like, for example, you're making love and one drop of his semen can touch his leg and you would think it was fucking battery acid. Ah! Get this off of me! Get a towel! Get a towel! Stop with the fucking jokes, Sunda! Stop with the fucking jokes! All right? You're not fucking funny. All right? Go get a real fucking job, all right? I'm the breadwinner. I'm the breadwinner. Get a towel. But But what's so amazing, is just that think about it. And then like an hour later when he's ready for the second run and he's with you and you're doing that with him, he's like, you want to drink it? What is this, a fucking soft drink? What did you say? Do I want to drink it? You just acted like this shit burned your throat and now you want me to drink this. Every woman in this room has done the woman's prayer. Every woman in this room has done the woman's prayer. And that's when you're that woman and it's you and your man, your partner, whatever, and, you know, your God, whoever your God is, Yahweh, Hashem, whatever you want to call him, and you're with your partner. It's just that moment where you're just like, oh God, it's that moment, ladies, that moment where you're like, oh God, please, God, make him come and get the fuck off of me. You start to become so religious. You like the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Please make him come, God. Please make him come. Please, God, make him. What is he doing now? Please make him come. God, please make him the memory foam. My knee. I can't anymore. Please, my back. I have gas. I'm trying to hold it in. I can't do this. No, I don't want you to lick it. You might eat it. You're hungry. Get off of me. You're really fucking gonna eat it. No, I don't want you to. You got a big appetite. Get the fuck off of me. Oh shit, you look at the clock ready. You're like, what the fuck is he doing now? It's a digital clock. It's going. And he's fucking going and going and going. You're just wondering when the fuck is he gonna get off me? I'm gonna get the fuck off of me. Just please come, God. Please make it come. And then he jumps back and says, wait a minute. I had to hold back, baby, because I almost let it all go. And you know what I'm doing, baby? I held back because I was waiting. I was waiting for you. Don't do me any favors. Eat, burp, and get the fuck off of me. And don't get my hair wet. Don't sweat on me. You're never supposed to think like that, though, you know? And it's funny, because people do say I'm very crude, but my kids are very obedient, you know? My daughter came out the other day, she's sucking on a lollipop, right? And I said, don't do that in front of those construction workers. Why? Because she's like a teenager now. She's like, in front of me. I said, I'll tell you why. Because they're going to rape you, and then they're going to rape you anally. That's why. She shut the fuck up. Because I'm from New Jersey, and I tell them the right way to do things. Because you got to teach them while they're young. You know what I mean? Or else they're not going to listen to you. I got to go through all this shit now? No way. I got kids. I listen to them talk back to their mother, and they're just like, oh, no, Mom. Oh, no, there's no way. I'm just like, let me get my fucking high heel out. That's all I have to do is bring out the high heel. Because I'm a black mother. That's what black mothers do. Did you know that? Black mothers beat their children. Did you know that? Yeah, that's right. They beat their children. That's why white kids are serial murderers. That's right, because you didn't beat them enough. You didn't beat them enough. My mother would use a fucking, an electric cord. That's how bad she was. She had weapons of destruction, and she would tell you to go get it. She'd be like, go in that room and get me a belt so I could beat your ass too short to shit. Who thinks of this shit? And you know what I would do? I would go, because I think, I'm going to get hit. She's like, you raised your hand at me. And to think years later, I would actually date a man that said, do you want me to spank you? I was like, get the fuck out of here. Tell you what, let me show you. I'll beat your ass. I could give you a good ass whipping. That's right. That's why you got to be careful with the guys you go out with now. You know, I wanted to change my look. I wanted to get this friggin' hair weave like Beyonce. I was on The View recently, and people said, you made fun of Beyonce. She's royalty, they said. And I said I wasn't making fun of her. I love Beyonce because I love her hair. That's what it is. I want hair like white people. I want to know what it's like to be on time for work. White people have it easy. They do just shit like, I'm jumping out of the shower, see you in 5. When black people say it, we mean 5 fucking hours, all right? By the time we finish. And I got this hair weave. I gotta tell you something, man. They did the back of my hair, and they started hitting my ass. When they put that weave on, I was like, I'm white, I'm white, I'm white. And then they started braiding in the sides, and the transformation changed me, and I went from a black woman to a black Asian lady. I said, oh my God, I cannot close my eyes. I'm not giving you drama. I don't even talk this way. I'm from New Jersey. She was like, child, don't worry about it. All you gotta do for pain is take some Advil and pat down with coconut oil. That's what you gotta do. Who the fuck gets instructions like that except black women? Now you know why black women are always in a friggin' bad mood, because their fucking head hurts, all right? All right? And now you know why you should give them that parking space, because they're in a bad mood. Now you know why black don't crack and they look so young. Why? Because their head doesn't move. That's right. It's a permanent facelift. That's what it is. I go out on that date anyway. I'd never forget, I had this hair wave. I went on the date and this guy was like, you are so hot, dude. You are so... What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? But that's okay, because I patted him and he had a toupee on. So that's a whole other thing. When you find a toupee on a guy, it's pretty fucking scary, right? Because you're thinking it could be a bug or a roach or something like that. Which brings me to my next topic. I don't even know why I'm talking about roaches. It's so funny, though. I was thinking about being back in New Jersey, and roaches would only come out like when you had company. You ever notice that? And then I would be like white people, because white people have a great line. White people are like, oh, no, that's a cricket. I'm like, that's a fucking roach. That's a roach. So I didn't always do stand-up comedy. I have a degree in criminal justice, by the way, from Seton Hall University back east. Pirates! Pirates! And I used to do probation and parole review, and it was a trip when you are in a jail surrounded by men incarcerated for 5, 10, some of them 15 years, looking around this jail thinking, there's a lot of fucking cute guys in here, you know? I'm like, look at that brother in cell block 5. He got some pretty eyes. He didn't kill nobody. He's in for armed robbery. I might get a fur coat. You know what I'm saying? I came on stage tonight and I was off. And I'm off because I come from the heart of the ghetto in a place called Paterson, New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Raised in the hood. Where I was raised to believe that everyone is a racist. That's what my Uncle Junie Boy taught me. My Uncle Junie Boy thought everyone was a racist. He would be like paranoid about it. Be like, yo, check it out. Look at that wench crossing the street with that white coat and that white damn cane and shit. That's a bona fide racist. I said, Uncle Junie, stop it right now. She's not a racist. She's a nun with a seeing eye dog. Control yourself, okay? That's how I was raised. And I had to walk the walk and talk the talk in my hood. You know what I'm saying? Because like really couldn't fight. I was just a black chick with green eyes. I could just scare people. I'll be like, they'd be like, damn. I'd be like, yeah, meow. And they right? So like, you know, my world has changed because now I'm living with a Jew and I learned that everyone is not a racist. Everyone is, however, a Nazi bastard. And that is what I've learned from living with a Jew. Why has my world changed? I'll tell you why it's changed, because now I do not think that everyone is a racist or a Nazi bastard. I just think they're talking about me and I'm paranoid. That's what's happened. You know where I'm paranoid most? Ladies, back me up and tell your partner. Have you ever been to the Korean, Malaysian, Vietnamese nail salons and think they're talking about you? I thought it was just me, because they're too happy to see me. I don't even know this woman. I say, good afternoon, my name is Sunda. I've got a 6 o'clock pedicure appointment with Kim. Oh, hello, Sunda. Mm-hmm. Oh, annyeonghaseyo. So very good to see you. They look so very pretty today. You are here for a pedicure. Very good time to take off shoes and socks now. It's time to do a soaky. We're going to soak feet, push back a cuticle, and do a clip on a toenail. Very good. Have a seat, pick a color. Be right back. Oni! Sunda, pare ko tosiro ka katariko ka tachira ka lega ko ka sika ka tisa ka kanya. She's so old to have a children so young. Akiko tosiro ko tasawira. This color girl got a toenail look like a dinosaur. He said, no way, no how, not in my America. My white trash side came out. That's right. You know you're white trash too when you're putting ketchup on your eggs. Follow me on this. My cousin Tommy Kroonquist wears a Confederate flag tattooed on his shoulder, and he taught me something. He said, you never let people talk about you in another language in America when you're spending your American dollars. And I said to myself, maybe those crackers are right. So I flipped the game, and I went to a black nail salon. That's right. Now I'm here to tell you guys live at the Laugh Factory tonight that after my experience in the black nail salon, I went right back to the Asian nail salons. I went to the black nail salons and they talked about me in English. Well, we have certainly learned a lot about the life of Sunda. You people have been a fantastic audience. I want to thank our hosts Bob Dean, Rachel Friedland, also here tonight. The staff of the Laugh Factory, Jamie Masada, Mika, and everybody who is here tonight. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you so much. The Laugh Factory, the only club guaranteed to give you laughs. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night.